let's move on to our third panelist, who's Ray Pinto. Now, we've heard very much a Bulgarian perspective on this question. Um, Ray is from Digital Europe, which is a Brussels institution helping member states make this transformation, this digital transformation. So, Ray, perhaps you could talk to us a little bit about the broader context, and as much as you're willing to do, focus on how Bulgaria fits in to this major challenge that Europe, as well as everybody else, faces of engineering a successful transformation, digitally speaking. So over to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank The Economist for the honor to be here and address you all today. Just very quickly, Digital Europe, we're a trade association. We represent 40 national trade associations across Europe. And those trade associations represent 36,000 small to international companies creating the technologies that are driving the digital transformation of the industries. The challenge that I've been asked today to answer is what kind of digital leap can we see for Bulgaria? I'm going to actually try to address that. I can talk more generally about the EU in the question segment later on, but the European Commission, it's looking for the money to be spent in the RRF, where 20% will be dedicated to digital. So what does that mean? It's looking at skills, it's looking at SMEs, it's looking at faster broadband. And in the beginning of the panel, you were talking about DESI. That DESI scorecard indicators is looking specifically in that area. But let's not be too hung up or focused on that. Let's also look at the other 80% where this investment can go. And digital plays an incredible role in driving sustainability, ensuring social inclusion. It can transform public sector areas as outlined by the Minister on Transport, in healthcare, in water processing. It creates efficiencies and it improves the services that citizens can depend on. And I actually had, in the preparation of this, to learn more about Bulgaria, I had the great opportunity to speak to three individuals, Yasin Georgiev, who's from the Economic Policy Institute, Christina Exkenazi of the Life Sciences Cluster, and Kolyan Rachev of Bulgaria's AI Cluster and FinTech Association. So coming into this discussion and seeing the very not promising indicators outlined by DESI, I actually was having a great conversation with all three of them. And what did I learn? There is a unanimous agreement that Bulgaria has very well qualified IT professionals. Not every EU member state can say that. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, in the EU, Bulgaria can boast the highest amount of women that are leaders in ICT, 31%. It has the highest number of fintech companies in Southeast Europe. It has workers skilled in programming and IT consultancy, and data processing, and web hosting. And the outsourcing industry is creating 5% of GDP and growing each year. These are real strengths. Bulgaria needs to focus on investments, but it also needs to focus on the regulatory framework. And this is something that Digital Europe is looking at very closely. This will mean how can the country work in the EU context to ensure that the rules around AI are not prohibitive? It's not destroying the innovation potential that artificial technology or IoT technologies or other emerging technologies can provide. What kind of data can a Bulgarian entrepreneur have access to? If there is going to be the future AI health company of the world coming from Bulgaria, it's going to need a lot more health data than Bulgarian health data to achieve that. It's going to need access to health data across the EU, and that is far more difficult. And these are the discussions that are happening at EU level. So I'm going to focus, basically most of my comments on that. Um, we also can see the role that digital can play in sustainability. I saw water utilities was a focus of the plan, at least the first plan. That's good because when you look at what digital can do, 30 to 50% of a water processing plant is consumed. The electricity is consumed by that. And a lot of water, 23%, is actually wasted or lost. And digital can actually fix these numbers, reducing the energy consumption, driving efficiencies, and as well as making sure areas such as water is not being lost. So I'm going to stop there, and I look forward to the question period.